Welcome to the Knowledge of Self series presented by J.A.A Speaks. The Knowledge of Self series is where we delve into various topics pertaining to gaining the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of self. Before we jump in, make sure that you follow J.A.A Speaks on Facebook and Instagram, and make sure that you visit our website, j-a-a-speaks.com, for the valuable resources that you need to help you along your journey towards gaining the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of self. I am J.A.A, and today's presentation is The Origin of Creation, Cosmology 101. I want you all to go on a journey with me. I want you all to travel with me for a while as I express what the Great Spirit has given to me. The material that I am about to present to you can resonate on many levels. It all depends on where you are on the journey towards gaining the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of self. This material focuses on the origin of creation, the origin of the universe. Many men and women ponder how it all began, how we all have life, and how we can experience so much in this life that the possibilities seem unreal. Welcome to the Knowledge of Self series. I present to you The Origin of Creation, Cosmology 101. We're going to start out talking about world emanation in this presentation, okay? We're not going to go into the full origin and creation of the universe as it relates to man, but we're going to start with the beginning, okay? I'm going to reveal to you all a process of world emanation from no thing through the form of man, back again to no thing, okay? And we'll probably do this across another 2 presentations, okay? So it'll be a 3-part series, okay? In this process of emanation, we will see how man is the center in which these emanations seek to find balance. Our mind and the universe is one and the same. We have already been able to experience how we come out of no thing and how we, as being man, okay, deal with the energies of the universe seeking to find balance within our form. We might not be conscious of it, but we exist in this state and have these experiences every single day. It is the ebb and flow of life. It is the ups and downs that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, okay? It is the swing between being positive and being negative, having those things and those experiences that come in and start to play on our energy. And, you know, our day goes from being a good day to a bad day, or a bad day to a good day, or one of those so-so days, right? That is the universal energies coming in to our physical form, seeking to find balance, okay? And now we're starting to feel those vibrations, and they're starting to shift our thoughts. They're starting to shift the way that we think and the way that we feel. And now we're trying to find that place of peace within us so that we can be able to carry out that which we are trying to do on a day-to-day basis. All right. And we have to realize that all of the way that we control, the way that we find the ability to find that peace is through the mind. The way that we actually attract these energies to us and repel these energies away from us is through the mind. So our mind and the universe is one and the same. So we're going to begin with the triple stage of darkness. As we start to expound on what this triple stage of darkness is, you all may start to realize, like, hey, this sounds kind of like what the European always mentions when they say the Big Bang Theory, right? And they're always coming from like that scientific, analytical, logical state of mind. Very, very little is spoken or mentioned about God or spirituality for that matter, right? And when we delve into the triple stage of darkness, what we're going to be able to see is the direct correlation between the origin of creation again and man. All right. And I'm going to be able to show you how each one of these stages, these triple stages of darkness, all right, are manifest inside of us. All right. The journey toward the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of self is an inner journey. All right, that is reflected in our physical experience, okay? So we start with the primal cause, also known as ayin in Hebrew. Ayin means I in Hebrew. And if you listen to how the word ayin is pronounced, it almost sounds like you're saying I in. which is pretty neat and a pretty cool thing when you look at it, because the symbol for IN is a closed I. So that makes sense. The difference is when you pronounce IN, it's more so with a guttural, throaty sound at the beginning. IN. All right. IN. Okay. And the symbol again is a closed I. So whenever you see ancient symbolism, ancient iconography, and they have the closed I, all right, that represents the triple stage of darkness. Okay. And we all know that the open eye represents what? Illumination, right? Enlightenment, right? The light, let there be light. All right. So it's a direct correlation between these two symbols that we will see and also represented inside of us. Okay. Herein lies the hidden meaning of the word in relation to the primal cause of creation. When we look at in, it's also known as no thing or nothingness. This primal emanation transcends the human intellect and can only be described negatively. All right. And we're going to show you how that's so once we get to our practical application and assessment. Okay. Ayin is also known as the origin of the great mother, the mother of all creation. Now, we always have heard of Mother Nature and Mother Earth. That is the feminine, the mother entity that feeds our physical reality and our physical body. But what about the great cosmic womb, the great mother, the great womb that created the planets, that created the stars, that created everything that is in existence? Okay. The origin of that great mother is in Ayin, the no thing, the nothingness. Okay. So let's see where this Ayin, this no thing, this nothingness is in relation to man. Okay. So I want you to close your eyes and sit within yourself. Ayin. Just sit in silence for about 10 seconds. What do you see? What do you see when you close your eyes? Every day we close our eyes, whether that's going to sleep, whether that's meditation, taking a little break, right? What do you see? You're probably saying nothing, darkness. I don't see anything. I've heard people say, I see little lights moving, you know, but largely I don't see anything but darkness, right? That is the primal emanation that transcends the human intellect and can only be described negatively. Okay, so the moment you close your eyes, you are already entering into Ayin. Okay, the primal cause of creation. You're already there. Okay, this is very important. Out of this no thing, out of this darkness that is within us, okay, emerges Ayin Sof, the endless, boundless, and eternality or eternal, no thing, and infinite space. The infinite, the non-ego. There's no personality there. There's no ego there, right? It's just infinite, endless, boundless, nothing, nothingness, just an infinite space. It is the not I. Ayin Sof is also known as the Attica Datican, the ancient of all the ancients. Think about it. What was here before man? Right? What was here before the earth? What was here before the animals? Okay. What was in existence, period, before then? What is absolute darkness to the mind, right? I don't know what was here before then, right? Or nothing was here before then, right? So you're exactly right. And that is the ancient of all the ancients, all right? Simple and straightforward, no spookism. Now let's look at this in a practical application and assessment. Let's go back within, because the journey towards the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of self is an inward journey. So let's go back within. In. Just sit in silence for about 10 more seconds. Where does the nothingness, i.e., darkness, begin? And where does it end? So if you close your eyes and you're sitting inside of that darkness, where does the darkness begin? Where does the darkness end? Look as far out in front of yourself with your eyes closed. Can you see a stopping point? Look left, look right, look down, look behind yourself with your eyes closed. Where does it end? Where does it begin? It has no bounds. It's endless. It's eternal. Once you close your eyes, you're in an infinite space. It's not confined at all, right? No boundaries. That is the Ayin Sof. So far in the triple stage of darkness, we've gone through 2 already, and they are inside of you. All right, easily accessible and attainable. Now we can become conscious of it. We can become conscious of the ancient of all the ancients. Now we should start seeing why we, the melanated people, are the most ancient people on the planet. Okay, and we are made in the image and likeness of the Most High. This is how we're made in the image and likeness of the Most High. All right, not necessarily our physical bodies, but our inner, our spiritual bodies, all right, are made in the image and likeness of the Most High. The no thing, the endless, boundless, eternal nothingness and infinite space, all right, within, okay? From the head of Ayin Sof, a nebulous spark of matter without shape or form, a center of a circle, neither white nor black, neither red nor green. In fact, without any color comes forth. Okay? This is what in like ancient Kemetic wisdom people call the black dot. Okay, and they're saying like, hey, the black dot symbolizing like your third eye, right? But it's symbolizing the most primal essence, the most primal point that man can recognize, because prior to this point, okay, there is no thing, there is nothingness that is endless, boundless, and eternal. All right, that is can only be described negatively in the mind. But this spark that has no color, okay, this center point. So we closed our eyes and we sat in that nothingness. We sat in that endless, boundless, eternal, infinite space within us when we close our eyes. Okay. The first thing that we are going to realize when we enter that space is a point of life-giving energy, a vibration. When you think of this light, do not think of it as a contradistinction to darkness, but as a vibration. Okay, so it's not light like physical sunlight, light that you use, that you see in your house, or a light that comes from a candle. It's not that kind of light that comes out of this darkness. It is a vibration. Okay, and what we'll see is this vibration is a vibration that expands and contracts. So you should already know what this vibration is within us just from that statement. But this is called Ayin Sof Or, infinite light, the idealized blood of the universe. So the idealized blood of the universe is a vibration, okay, that has no color, no shape, no form. Just like we seen in the Bible when you read Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 through 3, and it says that the Spirit of God moved upon the waters, the face of the deep. Okay, that is equivalent to this vibration moving through us and throughout the universe. Okay, this vibration, again, is called Ayin Sof Or, which appears as a point of light in the nothingness, which is equivalent to centripetal and centrifugal force. All right, and we're going to kind of see how that is so. All right, so what is centripetal and centrifugal force? All right, when a body moves in a circular path, the force that acts away from the center is called centrifugal force. When a body moves in a circular path, the force that acts towards the center is called centripetal force. Okay, So that's I'm gonna show you all how that's so within us again, our practical application. Okay. For one last time, go back within. In. Just sit in silence. Now I want you to breathe in and then breathe out. That is the basis of light. That is your centripetal and centrifugal force. You have the nothingness, the endless, boundless, eternal nothingness that appears to be an infinite space that we can only describe negatively. And then out of that darkness and that infinite space comes a vibration that expands and contracts, i.e., your breath. Okay? Which is the idealized blood of the universe. All living things breathe, whether we can see it with our physical eyes or not. What is the first thing when a baby is born? The mother, the parents, the nurses, the doctor in the room, what are they looking for when the baby comes out of the womb? When the baby comes out of the darkness within their mother's womb, what is everyone looking for? The baby to breathe. They're looking for what? The first breath. Okay. And this first breath is ayin, sof, or. They're looking for the expansion and contraction, okay, which shows them the life force, the life-giving energy within the baby. Now we know, boom, the baby is alive, okay? Now we recognize, that's the first thing we can recognize. If that baby comes out and the baby's eyes are closed, ayin, then we what? See nothing, right? It's like, oh Lord, what's going on? Is the baby alive? Because the baby eyes are just closed. We don't know if life is present, but as soon as and the baby screams or starts to cry, now we breathe a sigh of relief. And we say, oh, the baby is alive. It has this life force, this life-giving energy. We recognize ayin, sof, or. Let there be light. Okay. And now we know that that baby is alive. The spiritual being is present within the physical body. Without the spiritual being being present inside the physical body, we will have to put the physical body into the ground. Okay. So it is the inward being, okay, that is here seeking experience and is just encased in a physical body. All right. The three unthinkable principles is what the triple darkness of space is also known as. All that is before or beyond light is impenetrable mystery. All that is before or beyond breath, the expansion and contraction, the life-giving force within us, all that is before or beyond that is an absolute darkness to the mind. Where were you before you came out your mother's womb? It is a mystery, right? We do not know for truth or for certain or for a fact where we came from. We enter into a space of mystery, the mystery school, speculation, right? Light is the first thing the mind can grasp. So the three unthinkable principles are ayin, no thing, ayin sof, infinite space, or the spirit of God that moved upon the face of the deep, and ayin sof or, vibration, centripetal and centrifugal force, i.e. infinite light. So we have no thing, infinite space, and infinite light. And unity can only become perceptible through a difference. This difference is thought. So out of breath, let's go back to the baby, right? The baby is born. We realize ayin sof or. We realize the spiritual being is present because breath is there. And now we're happy. Now we start showing the baby off to family, right? Father get to hold the mother starts to breastfeed, all that kind of stuff, right? The next thing that we're looking for in the development of the child is thought. Okay, to realize that the child is thinking. All right. We start to realize that the child is thinking and starting to have feeling and sensation because it starts to give us cues when it's hungry, when they want their diaper changed, right? When they want to play, right? All of these different cues start to be able to come. So now the baby is starting to show thought. And now that's when we can start identifying slowly but surely the personality of the child, right? And start to note the difference, as well as the child is starting to note the difference. Okay, this is mom. Because when I try to hand my baby over to his father or to my grandmother or some other person, the baby begins to cry. But as soon as the baby is back in my arms, he or she stops crying, right? So now we start to realize the unity. The baby is showing us unity. Oh, it has the perception through a difference. This person feels different. This person smells different, right? And now we have that difference, that separation in thought. The difference is thought, out of which the world was created. So out of thought, the world was created. So again, we have no thing, infinite space, and then infinite light, the light force, breath. Okay. Out of that comes thought. Out of thought, the world is created. There's nothing that exists in this world that was not thought of first. Okay. You can look at the materials wherever you are right now. If you're on your phone, somebody had to think about that phone first and act on thoughts to manifest that phone into this reality. Same thing for your laptop, same thing for your TV, same thing for the clothes that you have on, anything like that. So it's the same for anything that's manifested in this physical world. Thought had to manifest it. Same thing for your physical body. When your parents were having sex and found out later that they were pregnant with you, their thoughts came together to create your physical body. Okay. And it was cultivated inside of the womb, inside of the body of your mother. Okay. So it's thought that was cultivated at that time. So we're going to go right here to the three intelligent principles. The whole universe arose out of the voice or creative instrument, i.e., letters and numbers. Because think about what are your thoughts when you try to take your thoughts and bring them into the physical realm. Your thoughts, which you use to create things with. First, you use your thoughts to create words, letters, and words and numbers. Okay, which is the expression of thoughts of light. In other words, out of vibration comes thought. Okay, and this is your voice. This is your spiritual voice. Your thought is the word. Your thought is your spiritual voice. Okay, it is your creative instrument. All right, and once you start to act on your thoughts on a consistent basis, then you start to materialize that which you are thinking about. All right. So here are the three intelligent principles. We have ahaya, the I, or I am, i.e., abstract thought. So when I say I am J.A.A, or you say I am such and such, I am a doctor, I am a teacher. All right, that's very abstract. Okay, well, what is J.A.A or who is J.A.A? Or what is a teacher, or what type of teacher, what type of doctor are you? We got to start getting more specific. So when we say I am this, I am that, or I am going to do something, that is a very abstract statement. Okay, that's abstract thought. All right. So when Moses went onto the mount, spoke with the burning bush, spoke with the Most High, and said, well, what am I supposed to tell the people? What am I supposed to tell the people your name is when they ask me? And he said, Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. I am that I am. Okay. I am, that means I am abstract thought. I am everything. Okay. So no matter what you try to call me, I'm everything. Okay. Ahaya. And we all say I. We all say I am. So we all have Ahaya. We all are Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. Okay. It is within us. All right. It is the highest aspect of ourselves. It's the first thoughts that we start to have. When we look at that baby, when they're born and we just looking into the baby eyes and you're like, oh, look at these big, beautiful eyes. And we could just stare all day into those babies' eyes. And it just look like they're not thinking about anything. They just staring back at us. No judgment, no anything. When we're looking into their eyes, we're looking into the triple darkness of space, the Ayin, the nothingness, the Ayin Sof, the endless, boundless, eternal, infinite space. And then we're looking at the Ayin Sof, or the breathing in and out, the expansion, contraction that's there. And the only thing that's present is Ahaya. I am that I am. Okay, Ahaya, Asha, Ahaya, the abstract thought. And we just all in love, and we're what? In the state of peace, because that baby just appears to be in the state of peace, right? That's where we want to be able to learn how to go into that space and find that space within us, so that the troubles of the world, that ebb and flow that I mentioned in the beginning, does not affect us, and we can act on it as masters. Okay. The second principle is Yahweh, Yod He Vav He. That's what YHVH is representing. Okay. Hebrew letters Yod, He, and Vav. All right. Yod, He, Vav, He. And in ancient Hebrew, that's Yah, Ha, Wah, Ha. Yahweh. Yahuwah. Right? It who was and is and will be. Okay? It who was, we have that inside of us. If we, at one point in time, it was an aspect of ourselves that was. We have an aspect of ourselves that is, and we have an aspect of ourselves that will be. Thought, that's thought in time, i.e. the past, present, and future. Okay. I always tell people, man, you time travel every day. Let's take it out of spookism. You time travel every day. All right. Right now, you can sit and you can think about what you did yesterday. Let's just keep it simple. What you did yesterday. All right. So if you took a moment to think about what you did yesterday and you started envisioning what was happening yesterday, you time traveled into the past. What are you doing right now? Be present and think about what it is you're doing right now, what you see, what you touch, and what you feel. Right? That's you being in the present. But then at the same time, I say, think about what you're gonna do tomorrow. Or let's simplify it even more. Think about what you're gonna do after you start watching this video. What are your plans when you stop doing that? Okay, that's the future. So you already project yourself right in the moment into the past, the present, and the future. They exist simultaneously. Okay. Okay, time is only for the physical, but when we are in the spiritual realm, we're in our spiritual mind, past, present, and future exist at the same time. Okay, so what that means, when we're inside of that triple darkness of space with that life force expanding and contracting, thought in the past, present, and future exist all at the same time. So Ahaya is within us, Yahweh is within us, and we can invoke Yahweh at any time. We can invoke Ahaya at any time, and we can invoke the third principle, Elohim. Okay, in ancient Hebrew, it's Alahayam. Okay, Alahayam, Alahayim, Elohim, God in nature, thought in everything. Okay, thought in the past, present, and future, thought in everything that is in existence. When you look at those speakers, it's a thought inside of that. Okay, when you look at your TV, it's a thought inside of that. When you look at that phone, it's a thought inside of that. When you look inside yourself, it's thoughts inside of that. Thoughts in everything. Okay, so we get let there be light. The universe is a divine form reflected in a beam of light, reflected in a vibration, a form which will vanish back into Ayin, a vibration that will vanish back into Ayin. So think about it right now. As you're sitting there, your breath is expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. And one day it's going to expand, it's going to contract, and it's no longer going to expand again. And you're going to essentially vanish back into Ayin, back into nothingness. But think about it. When we vanish back into nothingness, back into infinite space, We are still what in that space? Breathing. We're still alive. Our life force has just been detached from the physical vessel. Okay. Eternal life. All right. It's given to man. But man must first seek ye the kingdom of heaven. Okay. And the kingdom of heaven is a state of mind. And we're showing you right here, right now, what that state of mind is. Okay. And we all have to be able to do our great work. That's what we're here for, to fulfill our purpose. Okay. In gaining the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding the self so that we can master our own energies, master our own minds, and be able to be the masters of our destinies. Okay. This is very important. So again, this is the origin of creation, cosmology 101. I am J.A.A. Make sure that you follow J.A.A. Speaks on Facebook and Instagram at J.A.A. Speaks. Make sure that you check out our website, JAASpeaks.com, for all of the valuable resources that we provide as it pertains to helping you all gain the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of self. See you at the next video.